Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful day here in Cambridge. It's really going to be a scorcher, and as it's so hot, I really don't want to be stuck in the house doing my filming today. So I thought I would come outside to talk to you about the latest drama surrounding Summer Wells' father, Don Wells, and enjoy the beautiful surroundings of my garden while I give you the latest news. So I'm going to be bringing you the latest drama in the Summer Wells case. And as I'm sure you can imagine, guys, the latest drama, as always, is surrounding Summer's father, Don Wells. In amongst bringing you the drama, I thought I'd give you the beautiful sky here in Cambridge and also the wonderful birdsong. So the latest update surrounding Don Wells is that Chris from the interview room put a post around, by the time this video comes out, it's around 24 hours ago, and the post stated, an official Utah police report has been filed, and the police department, or the PD, is investigating SA charges. That said, things have changed for some who would harass or connect with victims on behalf of a suspect. Here is the law. I hope consideration will be given. And underneath that, Chris has stated all the laws that surround what he's just mentioned, so I won't go through all those laws with you. So it's very interesting that Chris has said that. It would seem that someone has definitely pressed charges against Don. Obviously, I cannot say who that is because I'm not fully certain. I think we can all hazard a guess. This is great news. I really hope that these charges against Don are seen through, that, it's not just something that's going to be filed and we've got to wait months for something to actually happen. I really hope that he can be arrested on these charges. I think he's a disgrace. I've always tried to remain neutral on Summer Wells' parents, but of late, guys, I think I just can't anymore. I can't remain neutral on Don. He is a narcissist. He is an abuser. Everything he does that's wrong is somebody else's fault. The phone call, the most recent one where he's raging with anger and swearing, I mean, it's disgusting. And then this latest statement that was read out by Cher on her channel, he's so deluded, and it's all just so strange and bizarre. The case of missing Summer Wells gets more and more bizarre by the day. It really is one of the weirdest cases of a missing child that I've come across. The parents have made it that. All of their weird behaviour, their shady pasts, their stories constantly changing is what has made this case so fascinating. The fact that there are all of these abuse claims against Summer Wells' father obviously has made a lot more people question whether he's involved in his daughter's disappearance, and the way he behaves is a disgrace. It gives you some sort of insight, knowing what we know about Don now, as to what sort of life Summer had with her family, what sort of life her brothers had, and how sad their existence may have been with the parents that they had, Don and Candace, especially Don. I mean, wow. I can't get my head round it. And what I can't get my head round is if Candace already knew about what had gone on with Don's stepsister, about other claims about Don being an abuser, what on earth was she doing with him? Why did she have children with him? I can't get my head round it. Perhaps he'd convinced her it wasn't true, but he's admitted it's true now regarding his stepsister. So, why is she still with him? Why is she still standing by his side? Why does she still defend him? I cannot get my head round that, guys. I haven't been able to get my head round that. I can't get my head round Don Wells. I mean, wow, the man comes out with new shockers on a daily basis. Just when you didn't think you could be more surprised by him, we then hear the disgraceful phone call, the one with Mary. I mean, wow, he really is something else, isn't he? And I really do hope that he is arrested. I hope that charges can be brought against him, and I really hope that all of Don's victims get the justice that they deserve. So I'm just going to read you a little excerpt from Don's latest disgraceful statement, and then talk to you a bit about narcissism, and then you can make up your own mind from it, guys. Trish, why do you lie? Why so evil? Why do you hate? You act like such a victim. But we're all victims. Got news for you. Your activities are highly suspicious, to say the least. So note that Don says there to Trish in his statement that Trish acts like such a victim, but we're all victims. Very interesting language there from Don Wells. And I'm just going to share something with you now, guys, that does explain something very interesting about narcissists' behaviour, and it sums up Don Wells to a T. So narcissists are known for victim blaming and playing the victim. And boy, does Don Wells love to play the victim. Narcissists are manipulators. They're known to be fake and fragile, and more often than not, in fact, pretty much all the time, they are cowards. That describes Don Wells perfectly, doesn't it, guys? They pretend to be strong, they call others weak, and they also refer to other people as being sensitive. They bully and abuse, and if you challenge them about their lies or stand up for yourself, God forbid, don't stand up for yourself, guys. If you do, they'll immediately start playing the fragile victim. So when you look into narcissism, pretty much there should be a photograph or a picture of Don Wells next to the description of what a narcissist is, because he fits the bill perfectly. Don Wells' life is all about Dom. None of this has ever been about his missing daughter Summer. It's almost been about Don Wells becoming famous. Don Wells becoming a famous YouTube star. Don Wells getting all the attention, putting the attention well away from his daughter. It's not normal. The way he's behaved is what has made this case so fascinating to people. Most parents of missing children would not behave this way. Most of them would want their child to be found. The ones that are involved in the disappearance perhaps not. Most of them would not be on YouTube every day or every other day giving interviews. Interviews where, let's face it, the story changes on almost a daily basis. Nothing that Don Wells has said has ever added up. I do believe now that he definitely knows what happened to his daughter. I've always said in my other videos, guys, that doesn't mean he's involved, but it's highly likely that he is. The language that he uses in these interviews has always led me to believe that he has guilty knowledge of what happened to Summer. And when we listen to some of the things he has said in his accounts about Summer's disappearance, it's extremely worrying. It is quite apparent from some of the language that Don chose to use in these interviews and statements that he's given that potentially Summer was being abused. I'm not sure, guys, if any of you are aware of a fantastic man called Peter Hyatt. He has a YouTube channel and he is a very well-known statement analyst. He is fantastic at what he does. I highly recommend, if you've never heard of him, you pop over to his channel and check him out. He's already done a couple of videos on Summer, and very recently he has done another video on Don. It was quite a lengthy one and it's a real eye-opener. A lot of the things that he said I agree with, and I've been thinking for the past couple of months. And it's been really interesting to hear someone like Peter Hyatt's views on this case, bearing in mind the level of experience that Peter Hyatt has in statement analysis. He is extremely fascinating, he's very knowledgeable, he's very likeable, and I really enjoy watching his videos. I've been following him for a number of years now, and I'm really pleased to see that he has now given his thoughts and views on Summer's disappearance and on Summer's parents. So I do wonder what's coming next in this case, guys. I have been going back through all of the parents' interviews, looking for red flags, and as I'm sure you can imagine, I found many. I found many the first time that I watched all of these interviews, but the more and more you watch the interviews, the more you realise that, wow, this is not normal. This is not normal to behave like this. The language that the parents use is not normal. The level of times that they referred to their daughter in the past tense in the very first interview that they gave as a couple was extremely weird, extremely bizarre, and extremely unnecessary. Most parents of a missing child, after a few days of them being missing, would not have already accepted that they're dead. You could say that some might, but the majority would not. They would cling on to hope that their loved one is still alive. They would be desperate for their safe return, but we've never heard any of that in their language. Never have we heard them say, "Please bring our daughter home. If you have her, don't hurt her. Summer, we love you. Where are you, Summer? Please bring my daughter home. If you have my daughter, bring her home now." Please don't hurt her. We'll do anything. We'll beg, we'll plead, we'll steal. We'll get all the money that we can. If you want a ransom, we'll pay it. When have we ever heard any of that? If there was an abductor, why don't they plead to the abductor? There was a couple of half-hearted attempts in the early interviews that they gave. But let's face it, none of their attempts at pleading with the so-called abductor were believable or plausible. Everything they say to me is ridiculous. I'm sorry to say that I now cannot believe a word that comes out of Candace or Don's mouths. I find everything they say and do very disturbing. And it just makes me wonder what sort of life Summer Wells and her brothers had. It must have been a very disturbing life. I feel very glad them boys have been put into care. I hope they're having a better life. I hope their sister Summer is found soon. And I hope all of this crazy drama with her parents, especially with Don, comes to an end soon. I don't imagine it will come to an end because I do wonder if other charges could be filed against Don for the abuse claims. I really hope that they are. I hope the other women that have spoken out about what he did to them come forward and also press charges if they can find the bravery and courage to do so. I know it must be extremely difficult. Don Wells really is such a disgraceful man. You know, the fact he admitted to abusing his stepsister when he was aged 12 and she was aged 5 and then tried to make out like she initiated it. The minute I heard that, I felt sick and I was just disgusted at Don Wells. The more I hear from Don Wells, the more disgusted I am. I'm sure you guys all feel the same now. He's not a normal person. He's a victim blamer. He's an abuser. And he's a full-on disgraceful narcissist. I really hope that his daughter is found soon. And if she is found safe and well, I've never wanted to say this, but I really hope that Summer is not put back into the care of Candace and Don. And if she is found safe and well, which I pray every day that she is, I hope she can go to a family that will love her. Well, anyway, guys, sorry for the rant. I get very ranty and stressed when I think about Don Wells, when I think about his despicable behaviour. He's so deluded. The more we hear from him, the more it makes you feel sick. And the more you worry about his poor daughter Summer and whether she's going to be found safe. You all know, guys, that I hope she will be found safe. I hope this case can come to an end soon. And I hope that if something awful has happened here, I hope Summer gets justice. Well, I hope you've enjoyed looking at the beautiful blue sky here in Cambridge today. I've certainly enjoyed sitting out in the garden listening to the bird song. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of that at the end of the video. I hope wherever you are in the world, the sun is shining. And whether it is or not, I hope you have a great day. And I hope you have a great week. As always, guys, I will be back with you very soon for another true crime video. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.